The cops, it has been exposed, once again, let down the children, the faculty, because they never even tried to open the classroom doors. They were scared. They were waiting on more things like artillery and backup and gear. But I thought they were there to protect and serve. They say, hey, we have a dangerous job and we do our job. Do you? Let's put up the picture of the police chief, okay? Let's keep his picture up. There's new footage. It has revealed that Uvalde police officers never even checked the classroom doors to determine if they were unlocked during the shooting. For 77 minutes, 77 minutes, Uvalde cops waited in the hallway for a master key that did not even hold a key to the classrooms that the shooter occupied. That's the chief. His name is Pete Arredondo. Chief Arredondo directed his team to stand down and wait for tactical gear and a set of keys to unlock the classroom doors. Didn't even check. All right. Responding police officers appear to have just assumed. They just assumed the doors to classrooms 111 and 112 were locked without actually checking. A source told the San Antonio News Express Saturday. Instead, they waited around for a master key until more than an hour later. A Border Patrol tactical team killed the suspect. Even without the key, the source said that officers had almost immediate access to a crowbar-like tool and should have been able to pry the door open if it was locked at all. Okay, the door to the classroom 111 was incapable of automatically locking. A teacher made complaints to the principal before the shooting about this. Robb Elementary School teacher Arnulfo Reyes, who was wounded in the shooting that killed 11 of his students, said that prior to the rampage, he complained to the school's principal that the door to his room 111 did not latch properly during security checks. In other words, the door was open. All right, the door was unlocked, okay? All right, whether the doors were unlocked is still under investigation according to the police. But I'm here to tell you that damn door was unlocked. The sources confirmed to ABC News that investigators now believe the alleged gunman, Salvador Ramos, could not have locked the doors to the classrooms from inside as officials first suspected. In the surveillance footage, the sources said it appears Ramos, 18, was able to open the door to the classroom, to classroom 111 from the outside. The classroom is connected to the adjacent classroom 112 by a shorter corridor where restroom is located, officials have previously said. So he comes in, he opens the door, bunch of cops show, and they don't. They say they have to wait on the master key. Now, I have a different opinion than what's being reported because there are a couple of things that don't add up. They initially said they needed to wait on tactical gear. And then they added, and we needed to wait on a master key. Let me ask you this. Is it one or the other? I mean, if you get a key, are you still waiting on tactical gear? If you get tactical gear, are you still waiting on the key? And let me say this, when the police are trying to apprehend a suspect, I mean, don't be a black person selling cigarettes outside of a store or someone who has an expired tag. Or maybe sleeping in your own apartment and the police have a search warrant to the next door unit and they decide to kick in the door. They don't wait on the master key and they kill you because you're startled. But in this case, all of these cops said they had to just wait on a key in order to enter. Now the report has clarified they actually had a tool that could have opened that door. What if they didn't want to go inside of that room? What if this was their excuse for inaction? Police Chief Pete Arredondo defends that him and his team tried to save as many lives as possible. Not a single responding officer ever hesitated, the chief said, even for a moment, to put themselves at risk to save the children. We responded to the information that we had and had to adjust to whatever we faced. Oh, okay, Arredondo, is that the reason you have now ordered your officers and yourself personally to not participate in the investigation against you? If all of your actions were on the up and up, Mr. Policeman, why would you now hide information, hire consultants in order to bury the evidence and stop actual footage from being released to investigative authorities and to the general public and to the media? Why are you doing that if everybody was on the up and up? It will be exposed. David, thoughts?
I think we can now say, and I think we could probably have said this a couple of weeks ago, but this just adds to it, that we are now looking at perhaps the most humiliating police inaction in American history. The idea that law enforcement officers would be standing by for over an hour as children were being massacred, and not a single one of them would either try to bust into the door, use that crowbar, or give their guns and the crowbar to the parents who are begging to go into that school. To me, it is so sad. And again, I get that people, even cops, may be afraid of somebody with an AR-15 assault rifle. I get it, but still, that is your job. You take an oath to defend the Constitution, to protect and serve. Most police officers, I think, would imagine that if this was them, of course they would put their own life on the line. That's why they joined the force. But there are too many police officers who join because they want the power, they want the prestige, they want the badge, they want the gun. And when push comes to shove, they're gonna be the ones who are gonna say, no, we gotta wait for the tactical team because that guy has an assault rifle. That doesn't cut it.
Not at all. We're gonna follow this, all right, because I'm sure there's more to come.